Hi everyone. I want to spend the next few minutes giving you a few tips from what I've experienced concerning the topic of joining a gym when you have a disability. There's several things that I've learned that may help you in your own journey. So I want to begin by suggesting that you take a tour of the facility to make sure that the layout of the facility is appropriate for what is specifically going on with you and your body. So I'm talking about things like, is the facility or the part of the facility that you need to use wheelchair accessible, for example? Are you someone that needs automated or doors that open with the touch of a button or a motion sensor? I'm also talking about the change room. Is the layout in there suitable for you to be able to get around, to store your clothes, to be able to change your clothes? You know, when I first started using the pool, I brought an attendant with me. You know, I wasn't able to change my clothes myself. I needed someone to be able to take my pants and underwear off me and put my bathing suit onto me. So, is there a space if this person is a female, like a family change room, that an attendant that's of the opposite sex would be able to come and help you change into what's appropriate to wear when exercising? And then there's the logistics of the parking lot. Will it work when you arrive, whether you arrive by public transit, someone bringing you there in their vehicle? Can you get off the car or out of the car and into your wheelchair? If you're driving yourself there, can you get through the parking lot? Like, are there potholes in the driveway? You know, potholes, especially when they're, a few inches deep, become a very real hazard for tipping a power wheelchair over. So it's something that you need to be mindful of. The other way of doing this is asking open-ended questions of what has been done to accommodate physical disabilities. So the reason I bring this portion of the dialogue up is that if it's not a new facility, most countries don't have building codes that compels an organization to update their facility to meet the current level of accessibility standards that's been arrived at over several modifications of the building code. You need to be going to a facility that you can actually use and not be frustrated when you're getting around on the inside. The next part of this is knowing what you should be doing when you're there. That would be the job of a physiotherapist, a personal trainer that has some experience. An occupational therapist could be helpful in this as well. But having someone that will guide you in the types of exercises you should be doing that will be helpful to you and not aggravate what's wrong with your body. You don't want to make yourself worse by exercising. You know, there's the rule of thumb that I've been given several times, where if pain lasts for more than an hour, it's too much activity, and that's a way of gauging and moderating my level of activity when I go to the gym. So knowing what you're going to do is the next part of this. And then the frequency. Do you have the means of getting yourself to the gym enough times that it will make a difference in your life and help you maintain the best quality of life possible? So what I mean by this is, let me share with you a story that one of the lifeguards said to me. He had a friend, or has a friend, that has cerebral palsy. His adoptive parents made him exercise several times each week to maintain his level of functionality. As an adult, he refused to engage in the exercises and very quickly found himself using a wheelchair, and he kicks himself and doesn't like that he stopped doing the exercise. So even though you belong to a gym, you still need to be willing to attend it to get the benefit of it. And you need to be honest with yourself and also with the healthcare professionals that are trying to work with you in knowing what you're able to do and accurately articulating what it is that you're accomplishing, as well as any challenges that are arriving, so you can make use of the facility. The next area that I want to talk about is the practical reality related to the cost of joining the membership of the gym. So here in Canada, we have Stats Canada. Stats Canada has dictated that people receiving under a certain level of income are living in poverty. So the city-owned facility has a subsidy or a discount available for someone who's in poverty based on Stats Canada. It's the same with the not-for-profit gym in town. If you show that you can't afford a regular membership fee, then you will receive a discount on a sliding scale of what you actually can afford. I don't think there's any shame in asking for this if you're someone who needs it. You know, I was in the sauna back about a year ago where a man was griping about not being able to be eligible for the membership assistance, but then in the same conversation he was talking about going to concerts and traveling, you know, an hour to 2 hours from where we live. So if you're causing it upon yourself, joining the gym may require a sacrifice so your body can get the benefit out of it. Sometimes you can't do everything, and you have to decide what is the most important for you to be able to do and afford with whatever money you have coming in each month and your living arrangements. Personally, I drive my power wheelchair to the gym myself. It takes 20 to 25 minutes each way. By doing it myself, I'm on my own timetable. It means that relationships have been able to form, whereas if you've booked a paratransit vehicle, you must leave at the time you've requested. It hinders the development of relationships from occurring. It's another thing to think about in your transportation going back and forth. The final area that I want to talk about is the use of a pool. There tends to be two means of entering a pool if you have a disability. The first is using a mechanical device that physically lifts you up, turns you around a corner, and then sets you down into the pool. The second device is the type that's a ramp, and using a pool accessible wheelchair allows you to roll into the pool, usually with a lifeguard transporting you, unless you bring an attendant. I just want to ask you to be mindful of this if you're needing the use of a pool. It's a perfectly reasonable request to have an attendant come with you and not expect the attendant to have to pay for gaining access to the pool if they're there to support you. If you're going with somebody else, that's a different story, and you're just sort of carpooling. But if someone's there as a support to you, I find it a reasonable request that they should gain access to the facility to be with you to provide logistical support. I hope some of what I've said has been able to help you. It's certainly worth the effort to go there and to keep working at and maintaining your quality of life. Thanks for this time together today. Bye for now.